Welcome to the very best mods of Palworld series. We're going to be running through all the latest and greatest, as well as the good old faithful mods that you absolutely should consider, try yourself. These are all going to enhance your enjoyment, your experience, from quality of life to amazing photos at night. We also have 20 new structures to check out and so many more. So come along for the journey as we go through the best Palworld mod series. Use the chapters where you need them. All the links to the mods will be in the description. Just to make it nice and easy, there'll be something here for everyone. So let's dive into Palworld's crazy mod universe, fishing out the very best. Let's go. Fully customization aim reticle. This mod introduces a comprehensive aim reticle customization system, enabling players to personalize their reticle with an impressive range of options. It offers full RGB control, transparency settings, and the ability to mix and match multiple images, allowing up to 4,410 unique reticle combinations and over 16 million color configurations. This mod is pretty much the ultimate crosshair mod for Palworld. What's pretty wild about this is that we can preview and customize the crosshair by selecting preview on, hitting save. Here we can now customize, say, the color. Let's just flick around with a few of these different settings, noting that this is just changing the center reticle, and then we have options for the outer. Here we can just muck around as well. Then we hit save. Then it's going to give us the preview. Now for me, the biggest issue is always the color. As it looking at certain settings within the game, you'd be unable to see the actual crosshair. So using these settings, you'll be able to flick around and muck around to get the exact color you want. Now, if you're wondering what the hell the RGB settings need to be to get the color you want, I suggest just jumping onto HTML color code, selecting which color you want here. Say, let's go for a blue. We get the R, we want that to be at least 10, G to be 0, and then B cranked all the way up to 5, hit save, and it's a bit hard to see, but that is turned blue. So that's just a quick demonstration. So it is split up into 4 sections: the center, outer, upper, and lower. So go mad, muck around with all the various settings, and surely to find something you like. Main thing is finding the center type you like, and once you're happy, just hit save, and here it is, your custom crosshair. I've managed to design myself a terrible one, but it just gives you an idea. But there you have it, the ultimate crosshair mod for Palworld. Can't go wrong. Customizable title screen is a mod I've been enjoying. It allows you to fully customize the game's title screen, offering options from custom logos, background images, video backgrounds, and even animated elements. Provides an engaging way to personalize the game aesthetics while maintaining ease of use simply through the mod config, where we'll be able to enable a slideshow and make it random. You can also add videos. Few extra steps to get those working, so check the mod comments to find out how to do that. You can also customize the speed and the logo. Now, if you want to throw in your own images, if you've been taking lots of screenshots or found some cool pictures, you can just drop them in the location here. Once you've got everything how you like it, you can also hit save. We can go back. Now, if you get the black, it means it's not being able to pick that image up correctly. However, if you give it a minute, it should flick on to an image that it can detect. And as you can see, I've minimized the Palworld logo, which didn't take effect until I restarted. You can see I have a custom image in the background, just throwing in a couple random ones I had. Just a cool way to relive or have some of the coolest images that you've taken from Palworld or that you've seen just be dropped in the background there. And not only can you customize the image in the background, you can also customize the logo and you can add effects to it. A lot of functionality here. Would be cool to see some mod packs where it's just hundreds of different images collected from the community. That would be insanity. Great mod, let's keep moving. The base camper item stacker mod offers a practical and efficient solution to item management within Palworld. It's a nice little change which introduces an auto stacking mechanic for items dropped within the base camp area, making it super easy to maintain order and improve game performance. So whether you're chopping wood, mining ore, stone, or have your pals dropping items within the ranch, you'll note that they will all stack just into one item. No longer creating an individual item for each drop, they will all be stacked. This will reduce the clutter and scattered items within the game, but it also has a good performance optimization as it does consolidate or can be a large amount of objects into a single stack. It'll also add a nice amount of efficiency as your pals will be able to pick up one single item stack, reducing travel time. So for example, we have Anubis here, he's just going to be able to pick up a bunch of them all at once, making it super quick and easy. Mod has a lot of impacts. For instance, let's say we will drop in these items Instead of dropping into individual pieces, they'll drop into one bag. The same stacking of items is observed while dismantling structures and buildings, making it really nice and clean and simple. The same stacking will occur with stone, iron, and all the different nodes, whether it be ore or rock. You'll note that as your pals mine or chop, all the resources will be dropped into a single stack. Really like this simple change. It does have profound impacts, making everything a little bit more visually clear, enhancing performance. Really is a lightweight solution for improving item management and reducing the visual clutter within Palworld. Simple but a highly enjoyable mod. Another excellent mod for traversing the huge and ever-expanding world of Palworld is the Fast Travel from Anywhere mod, which offers a significant convenience and enhancement to the gameplay. Simply allows you unrestricted fast travel. Wherever you are within the game, you can simply open your map and fast travel to any of the fast travel points, the towers, or base camps, bypassing the vanilla restriction of having to travel to one of the fast travel towers. It's a simple change, but the mod adds a valuable addition for players seeking to streamline exploration and remove travel barriers within Palworld. It's a nice balance between utility, and it does have a few customization options, making it adaptable to various playstyles. Next, we have another really handy and simple mod called Food Not Spoil. All items weigh 0. This mod will make all food in the game not spoil, and there is an option to have a version where it changes all the weight of items to 0. However, for me, I've just got the one that changes the food to not spoil. I think this is a really nice feature, really lets you stock up on all your food. There's quite a few different versions of this mod that's been dropped over time. However, this is the most latest and probably the one that will be supported. So an excellent choice if you want to remove the spoiling of food, which for me is a little bit of a frustrating experience. An excellent mod offering no spoilage on food. Nice way to stock up on all the various food items within the game. You'll now have access to them at any point. You won't have to worry about spoilage. Really nice touch. Simple and effective. Let's keep moving. It's worth noting that there is the old school version, which is the no food decay mod. This mod still works in the latest version and probably will continue working going forward. However, this version of the no food decay only comes with one option, but still does a superb job of keeping the food nice and fresh for eternity. The Food Not Spoil does come with a few extra options of combining no weight and no food spoil and a combination of those. But just so you know, food decay is still a good option and worth noting, as this has been a staple and a favorite for many people. Definitely worth covering in the best mods. We're going to look at a few grappling hook mods just to make traversal extra fun and more clean and just utilize it to its absolute max. Starting off with Ddwolf's Grappling Gun Retexture collection. This offers multiple different retextures of the grappling hook. This is the black and blue, but you have quite a variety of different choices that you can try. Really nice way just to mix up your grappling gun, especially if you're using it all the time. Cool retexture mod. The next mod is called Fast Grappling Gun. It makes a grappling gun shoot far and pull you fast. This will make traversal of even the steepest mountains or areas much more manageable, faster. It does come with, a few quirky things that the grappling gun can do when you clip into certain walls that you can flap around a little bit. But outside that, this is a really nice mod just to really improve that overall experience and speed, as well as getting that extra length is going to be terrific. Now, you do have to be careful. Grappling downwards, you do take damage, so keep that in mind. There's also options to configure and change some of these values yourself, so you can tweak your grappling experience just exactly how you like it. But a great mod for covering large distances very quickly. And finally, we have the Grappling Gun cooldown timer. This changes the cooldown timer on grappling guns to 0, making it instant grappling to truly make it the ultimate traversal experience. You'll be able to get around town quicker than a jet dragon, and when you combine all these 3 mods, you get a really cool experience where you can heavily lean on your grappling gun. Very useful for getting around large bases in a hurry, where you can be like Tarzan and swing from tree to tree if need be. One of the annoying aspects to Palworld is the building restrictions, and there's quite a few different building mods, and amongst them, it's hard to tell which one is the best. My recommendation is probably one of the later ones called SolidBuilding. This mod will pretty much allow every kind of restriction to be broken, allowing you to create floating platforms. And some of the neat things is building floating stairs that can connect perfectly to your base, as the validations, particularly on stairs, has been modified brilliantly, where we can now build them without the required support. That's a real big one. You'll be able to build right next to your power box. This one is a big deal as it will allow much more more efficient travel between storages when you're encumbered, depending on what mods you have. The other big aspect to this mod is that we can overlap all the various buildings, and that's another huge efficiency that will allow you to create some really unusual builds. And the best part is it just makes things so convenient. This particular version is applicable for multiplayer, Steam, and Game Pass, so you have lots of potential with this mod. It doesn't break every single restriction, but it does also offer steps to completely edit the building process yourself, so you can have it fine-tuned to exactly how you like it. It'll also allow you to break the restrictions of how far you can build up vertically. You now can pretty much build as high as you want to. As you can see here, we have the boundary just there and we're going across it, and we will be able to keep going and going and going. When it comes to the no support error, this mod does actually bypass that, but it is very temperamental. I'm breaking it right now with the things that I'm building. There is no foundation or anything directly below us, so it is working, but you will have some temperamental issues every now and then with not enough support. It's not 100% foolproof, but it certainly works. So it does beat that not enough support error. Temperamental. Do let me know what your favorite building mod is. Still hard to always find the best one, as there's quite a few trying to all do the same thing. But for me, this one has been the best and smoothest, nicest, easiest to install, as well as the functionality covers pretty much everything. And with not enough support being broken for the most part, we have one of the best building mods right here. When it comes to the ultimate shopping mod, where you want to buy all the various item schematics, the more shopping is your one-stop need for items and skill fruit. You will be able to purchase all the usual suspects, but if we skip, there'll be power fruit, training crystals, all the various spheres, power souls, cake, pretty much everything you could ever dream of is all going to be at your fingertips now for some coin, which is at least to balance it out a bit, which is nice. But pretty much every object within the game can now be purchased, making this the ultimate shopping mod. And this is just all the various items that you probably need. It also includes all the legendary schematics, and what people really enjoy is the technique books, which will increase their relative affinity with a +1. So let's say you have your Anubis with the mining +3, you can get him up to a +4, +5. These things are extremely rare within the game. It's like 0.009% spawn chance, I think, from a certain chest on the oil platform. Forgive me if that's incorrect, but something around that. So very rare, but now you can purchase them with a click of a button. And so it should be all the various wandering merchants, so you can find at the small settlement and some of the other settlements. For your skill fruit, you want to head to the Fisherman's Point and talk to this gentleman right here. And here we'll have access to pretty much every skill fruit within the game. I'm pretty sure it's all of them. So it's pretty much magic at your fingertips. There may be a rotating roster, but to me, it looks like the majority of them. So the perfect one-stop shop where all your needs in terms of being able to get around, not being able to purchase all the different items, now we can. Really nice mod. Let's keep moving. You want to take the most glorious shots or images, videos, or Palworld. You have to stop by the mod called Photo Mode. This introduces a glorious photo mode with tons of different options and configurations to change keys to really make it suit however you'd like. The Photo Mode mod comes with tons of different settings. We can speed up how fast we're zooming around the map with the camera mode just using the wheel, making this super flexible, and then we can slow it right down just by moving the wheel downwards. And you'll have plenty of different sort of settings to really get that speed that you want. You can toggle smooth movement, roll the camera either direction, take a screenshot by left clicking. We can hide the HUD to do that. We can even pause the game pressing Z and reset pressing R and escape to exit. But if we go back into photo mode, we have camera settings as well, giving you some really granular ability to really change how the image looks, where we can fine tune some of the more distinctive elements of the pals depending on how we want to go about it. But it has some really good inbuilt functionality. Now, using the brilliant mod config, we can also go into photo mode and change all the configurable buttons to really hone in and use it exactly how we prefer, giving you the ultimate flexibility, maximize efficiency of your photo taking. This is the ultimate photo mod that we have. Can't go wrong with this. This is a must download if you enjoy taking photos using FreeCam. Best camera mod we have. Let's keep moving. We have an incredible mod called More Structures. The mod includes 20 unique structures, which are all nicely implemented into your technology tree, being unlocked at various levels to help integrate it and streamline the balancing of this mod. One of the first structures you'll unlock is the Fast Travel Shrine. Now, there's a couple different versions of this mod which will allow you to pay ancient civilization parts, or you can just get the version where you don't have any cost. We're going to purchase it using ancient technology point. And let's say, for example, you're trying to farm for one of the legendary schematics. Well, now we can just save a lot of extra time. In fact, we can head into the cave where Blazamut is and go to our buildings, go to infrastructure, Great Eagle statue, and here we can just plop it down. And now that we've placed it down, opening the world map, back at base, now we can quickly fast travel straight to Blazamut. Isn't this insane? Saving so much time, and you'll be able to place pretty much unlimited amount depending on your game settings. This is going to save so much time. It's going to be really handy in helping farming many of the schematics. And for this particular building, it's worth noting that you can get it as a standalone. However, do note if you get the standalone, the mod will not work together with other mods that edit either the technology tree, structures, cost, or structures HP. That's why it's been nicely added into the more structures mod. After the excellent fast travel structure, you can unlock resuscitation facility. Navigating to your PAL builder menu, you'll find the resuscitation facility in the third tab. It's a nice structure offering quite a lot of quality of life improvements. For instance, I have 2 PALs that are currently dead. If you're about to head off on an adventure and have PALs in similar conditions, you can click heal pals. I'm just going to instantly heal them, completely bypassing the 10-minute cooldown. At level 5, we have the shipping chest. Now, when comparison it to your wooden chest, the only difference I can see is the health. Shipping chest has 10,000, wooden has 4,000. They have the same amount of slots. It would have been nice to see the shipping chest have a couple extra slots to make it a good middle ground before unlocking your metal chest. So in summary, it's just a nice visual upgrade to the wooden chest, offering the same amount of slots with a lot of extra health. Moving on, we have at level 10 the house set, which will include 3 prefabricated houses. You have the wooden house, you'll have the giant stone house, and a very humble straw house. This is worth noting that currently you cannot remove the wooden house, so place with caution. Now, for the most part, you can build various buildings within these prefabricated houses. However, unfortunately, that will exclude your bed. But outside that, nearly every building can be placed inside where applicable. Moving down, we come to the skill fruit workbench. This is a pretty epic new addition where we construct a workbench which will allow us to build nearly any of the various skill fruits. Now, depending on which version of the mod you get, you will have to use various items to be able to craft and build these skill fruits. But it adds a really nice quality of life change, just giving all the various skill fruits at a click of a button. The next unlock is at level 17 with the moving panel trap. What this nifty little panel does is will direct wild pals that step into your area in the direction that the arrow is facing, basically offering a redirect that will push pals out of your base. So for instance, here is a pal heading in our direction. If we build this arrow, it should redirect this pal back in the direction the arrow is facing. You can see that it stopped, spun around, and is going in a different direction. So it is a little bit of a trap, but the intention here is to force it back in a different direction away from your base. Noting that you will have to rebuild them as they do not stay after they've been triggered. So you will have to rebuild these just like other traps. Would be kind of cool to have them as permanent structures that would just redirect pals, but a good quality of life change, but a good quality of life trap. At level 25, we unlock the water well building. The well will allow you to grab the resource called water bucket, which we'll come to in more detail in just a moment. At 28, you have the bed set, which adds a modern bed for you, and then this modern new looking bed for your pals. Noting for the bed, it still will require a roof. At level 34, we have the crafting set, which adds some very interesting buildings, starting with the PAL surgery table. The surgical table is meant to allow you to change your PAL's gender and their passive skills. However, I haven't been able to get this to work, but I'm sure it'll be working in future updates. But a very useful utility structure. Also included in the crafting set is the sphere machine. This will allow you to build all the various spheres and sphere accessories. But the main feature is it's very, very compact, making this an excellent choice for a compact build. Following a similar theme, we have the high level weapon bench. This excellent custom workbench will allow you to build every single weapon type from all various levels, but having that excellent feature of being super compact and avoiding conveyor belts. Now, the unfortunate downside of all these buildings I've just shown you is that only one PAL can work on them at a time, which will mean some huge increases to build time. However, this could be very nifty as a supplementary workbench where you can have one PAL work away at something. Also included in the crafting set is your fancy cook pot. Continuing on with the trend, this will allow you to build all the various meals. Noting that we have some new food items, including the raw meat, which you can see here does include that water bucket. This is where that resource will come into play into crafting new food, including the stew, giving 100 nutrition, as well as corn soup. But you can see here we have 4 new recipes. And definitely make note of the raw meat, as we'll be touching on this again soon. You'll also note bag of sand. The next nifty upgrade comes at level 37, introducing the medium power generator, bridging the gap between power generator, which is unlocked at 26. We scroll all the way down level 49, we get the large power generator. However, now with this mod, we get a really nice in-between stage with the medium power generator. Quite a nice building design, as it does take up more space and roughly aims to produce double the power of your traditional power generator, making it an excellent in-between new addition to your structures. Level 41, we get the huge toolbox. The huge toolbox acts very similar to the generic toolbox. However, this will add a 10% handcraft bonus for each huge toolbox placed to the base. Only 5 per base. Total of 50% handicraft bonus, meaning we'll be able to build 5 of these, and all pals with handiwork will have a total of 50% handicraft bonus. Level 43, we get the water crusher. The water crusher will allow us to build some materials that otherwise inaccessible other than purchasing or farming through defeating various pals. We'll be able to use other resources and convert them into a lot of the other resources. For example, we will be able to take something like stone and convert it into pure quartz. Working just like the other mills requiring water, we'll now be able to change and convert many of the highly required resources using a base of stone, transforming and crafting it into some useful desired items. Also noting that you can create small power souls using the resource water bucket, which is created from the well, which you can then use to create medium power souls, large power souls, etc. So lots of utility here with this building. Also included in the crafting set is the giant furnace. Now this is an interesting building. It's going to allow us to craft some unusual items, which includes diamonds, the ruby, sapphire, emerald, precious dragonstone, as well as all the various different ingots, which all retain their usual costs to be able to craft the various jewels, gems, and sell them at quite a good profit. The thing about this is that multiple pals can work on it at the same time, where you'll be able to sell. We'll also unlock the computer production station. Different to the high level working bench, which focus primarily on weapons, the computer production station will allow you to build a majority of the tools, melee weapons, bows, and all your various armors, accessories, ammunition, shields, and you get the idea. All the good stuff. Now the big addition to this is the quadruple dash air boots, which when you have the double jump boots will allow you to do 3 dashes, 4 dashes even. So that's a huge extra additional boost to that movement. Now not only will the computer production station allow you to produce the air dash boots, but you'll be able to craft all the various rings as well, including the ring of dragon resistance +2, giving you a level 3 damage reduction from dragons. Now the structure mod comes with a ton of structures, but it also comes with some very unique new weapons, including the meat launcher, which is going to require lots of raw meat to function as ammo. With all that meat, check this out. It fires pieces of meat. Let's test it on an alpha power, and you can see it does a massive amount of damage. New interesting addition that's a little bit of fun, as well as new weapons. There was also previously a resource that has been removed called sandstone, which would replace some of the stone nodes. Now it's been changed into bag of sand, where we can crush stone to make bags of sand, which we'll use in cooking, beer, wine, and there are a few other things. The mod did offer other food plantations, but that's since changed. But do keep your eyes out, because I'm sure a lot of the new resources and food types will be added. But just quickly touching on some of this food again, noting that the stew is going to give you 20% attack and 20 defense, making it the most potent, brilliant food with easily accessible food items. Corn soup is your workhorse meal, giving you 75% work speed and 50% less sanity loss. That's crazy. The beer and wine is going to heal the player and pals for 300 HP per second over a 10-second period. The more structures mod significantly enhances base building and crafting within Palworld, offering utility and creativity. But do note that this mod will conflict with lots of mods that alter crafting recipe, buildings, and many other potential issues with compatibility with this mod, because it changes and touches so much. So something to keep in mind. However, as it develops, I'm sure patches and mod packs may be a nice way to work around this. However, the mod offers an unparalleled addition to your structures, which is ideal for players seeking deeper resource management and crafting customization. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like these mods, stay tuned for the next video where we continue the series of covering all the best mods for Palworld.